Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a common issue that can happen when you get a new SSD for your PC. For example, if you have a PC already with SATA SSD drives connected, and then you get a new M.2 SSD, and then suddenly some of these just disappears from Windows. So everything that connects to the motherboard connects to the CPU, which is behind this cooler. The M.2 has certain connections to the CPU. The GPU connector, which is the PCIe slot, also has a few connections to the CPU. Same with the SATA connectors here. Depending on what the item you're connecting to the motherboard is, it might need more connections compared to others. The same goes for any storage drive. For example, M.2s and the SSD drives that you connect to here, they all have connections to the motherboard, and the reason these disappear after you connect an M.2 is because an M.2 it has higher speeds for data transfers, therefore it needs more connections to the CPU. Most motherboards share some connections between some of them. So for example, if you have SATA drives already connected and then you connect this, what the motherboard does is prioritizes this and gives it more connections to the CPU. So what that does basically is it shuts off some SATA connections from here to give this enough connections to actually function. So that's why if you had these connected to the CPU and then you got a new M.2 and you connected it here, some of them shuts off. This usually happens with the second M.2 slot. Most motherboards will have at least two M.2 slots, one at the bottom and one closer to the CPU. So usually if you get an M.2 drive, connect it to the one closest to the CPU, because it has higher connections, so it's usually better performance. If you need to use both slots, just keep in mind that once you connect the second one, most likely something will shut off. It's usually the SATA drives. So most motherboards will have information on this. If you go to the right page on in the manual, it will tell you basically if this slot is active, so and so slot will be disabled. So it will tell you exactly specifically which ones will be shut off. So what you can do, if you have only one M.2 drive, move it from here to the one up top, and that should fix the issue. If you have two and you're using both slots, try to move the SATA drives to another slot that is not affected by that shut off. I hope this helps you, and just keep in mind this should be the first thing you need to look at if an existing drive disappears after you install an M.2, because that's the easiest thing to look at. Most places, when I had this issue, I'm gonna search around, go straight into disk management and activating new drives, etc., where that's not really the issue, and I just couldn't articulate it enough in Google to actually find the right answer. So hopefully this helps you, and yeah, just leave a comment if you have any questions.